First day, spirited out there like it usually is. What'd you think?
It was a pretty solid day. You know, we didn't have a lot of pre-snap penalties, which is always nice. We got some hard counts in. They got us one time. You know, a little bit too much tugging from time to time from our DBs and man-to-man coverage. But other than that, I thought it was a pretty clean day.
A lot of focus on, well, everywhere, but, D-line is definitely a focus. It looked like they were pretty active today as well.
Yeah, I mean, we've got a bunch of them, so we've got to pour through the film. And we've got some guys we feel like can do some things. Now it'll be interesting to see exactly what we see when we watch the film.
Robert Nkemdiche, I can't remember the last time there was a day one scrap. But anyway, he comes with a lot of energy. Tell me about him and just the fight he brings.
Yeah, well, I mean, anytime you got a guy that was, a first round or early round draft pick in the NFL, well, the guys that he's going against are going to have a little chip on their shoulder to play as good as they possibly can. And so you're going to get everybody's best when you've been a guy of that caliber. So, Robert's got to, keep himself under control. And again, you got to play with controlled aggression.
Yeah. Go ahead.
I was going to say, working indoors, obviously not ideal, but
no.
Conditions are obviously what they are.
Yeah, I mean, we're fortunate. We're one of the few teams that have an indoor to go to that's right on site, and you don't have to do a bunch of travel and stuff like that. So it's real nice to be able to say, hey, we'll just run upstairs and get our work done and not have to incur a lot of, an hour or two of travel getting to and from,
And having the experience last year of going, coming in here, it's not ideal, but tell me about having that experience to at least draw off of, or things that you like, things that you didn't, things that you could maybe change.
Yeah, well, we kind of changed the schedule last night late. I came up, with an idea, and I thought, let's not have all those guys on top of one another. So we brought our O-line, D-line first and kind of got them to practice and got the reps that we needed. And then in the middle which you usually do your team and your team run at the end. Well, all of a sudden we were able to do that in the middle of practice and then flip it to where our skelly was last. So it allowed us to get all the reps that we needed. Makes coaches stay out there a little bit longer, but that's the least of my worries. So, but I thought the reps that we got, I thought the kids played fast, and it's going to be interesting to evaluate.
I know one of the questions coming in was about Kurleigh Gittens, whether he'd be out here or not. Well, he was out here. How do you look?
Yeah, I mean, he's certainly out. He'll tell you he's 100%. He's been cleared and all that. I mean, he. But there's the mental part of the game too, where it's like, can I really turn this thing loose? So I've seen him at his very best, and again, I think that saying that he's 100, I don't know that would be accurate. But he's his 90 to 95 is pretty doggone good, I promise you.
Yeah. I didn't see Ivey here today.
Martez got a situation. He'll be here tomorrow.
Okay. Kai Gray, he go down during the session?
Yeah. Kai did a little something to his finger, so we'll see. It's precautionary.
Cole Nelson, Wesly Appolon. I think Wesly, we kind of know we haven't seen him for a long time.
Yeah.
But tell me about those two.
Well, it's tough. I mean, situations like that in pro football are never fun. And we have to make decisions like that are business based, and it's just something that is part of the professional football, and it's like I say, it's never fun.
All right, you got day one in the books. Day one's always fun and exciting. People wake up in day two and go, oh my goodness, do I have to do this again?
Gotta do it again.
It really starts tomorrow, doesn't it?
Yeah, we got meetings this evening, and again, like you say, day one's always the spirited day, and everybody's happy-go-lucky and that type thing, and then becomes the reality of we've got to do this 10 times before we play a preseason game. So we've got to, like I say, as coaches, we've got to keep a even keel and just keep them working and having fun.
First chance for you to see McLeod Bethel-Thompson with the keys to the offense. What were your thoughts on him on day one?
Well, I got to evaluate McLeod Bethel-Thompson a lot in 21. And when you run zone against the guy, it's like layup lines. He knows exactly where to go with the football. He's willing to take the check down throw if he needs to, and you're not going to fool him a lot of times by pre-snap looks. I mean, you're going to have to really play solid, tight coverage if you're going to have any success versus him.
I saw the leadership out there too. He's talking to everybody.
Yeah, I mean, he's like I say. I mean, we brought him for a reason. I mean, those guys had him in the huddle and in meetings with them there in Toronto, and And then I was like fortunate enough to go against him every day, which made us better defensively, which is what I'm hoping that can happen here. All right.
Thank you,
Thank
Chris.
y'all.
Chris.
Yep.